In this video, we're going to see how to use custom metadata type in Apex without using SOQL. In the previous video, we have seen how to create a custom metadata type and then how to use SOQL to access the records, right, configurable records from the custom metadata type in Apex, isn't it? So this is a kind of extension to the previous video. If you want to watch the previous video, the direct link is available in the description. You can just start watching that first and then come back here. So talking about briefly about the custom data type and different use cases where you use custom metadata type in the project. So it helps us to manage configurable data, right, in the form of again rows and columns, kind of a table format, instead of using a custom object. Yeah, it looks more like a custom object, the way how you create, etc. Again, if you want to really know how to create a custom metadata type from scratch, please watch the previous video and then come back here. So these are some use cases where we can use custom metadata type. Like if I want to keep my app configuration settings outside, right, like the theme, colors, etc. Sometimes we wanted to have business rules, right, that keeps changing. So you can manage such business rules in custom metadata type. So all such things you can do that. uh, Now we wanted to access the data available in custom metadata type, or the data stored in custom metadata type, without using any SOQL, isn't it? So we do have some system functions. So we have get all and get instance. Of course, there are three variations when you use get instance. So let's try to write a simple code and then see how you can able to use these functions to access records from custom metadata type. So this is my custom metadata type, account payment collection team, and this as of course standard fields and couple of custom fields. So the intent is to have a payment collection team for each country. So you will have the country and then you will have the list of team members email that are responsible for collecting payments from the customer. And if you want to see how the data is stored, you can just go here. So there are two records now for India and USA. I've just configured the team's member list. So if I go to India, so you can just see this, right? So this is a custom field that I created, India, and this is again a custom field that I created. There are two, email address, isn't it? So just like that, if I go to the record USA, so I do have couple more members email list, right? Now let's see how we can able to access or access all these records, right, programmatically. So if I go back now to my developer console, so let's see how we can use this get all method. Yeah, so as the definition indicates, I can use get all method, which will give me a map, which will return a map containing metadata records. So once I have a map, I can just loop through and then access each record. So let's see how easy it is to use it. So I'm going to use a map. So of course a map will have a key, right? So I'm going to have a string as a key. And if I go back to my custom metadata type, if I go to this one, so this custom metadata type has this API name, this, right? So that's like how you use custom object. Just use the API name of custom metadata type. Copy, put it right here. Yeah. So let's give an object name, yeah, for the map collection. So let's say payment team, yeah, equal to. So let's go by the definition. So now I'm gonna use the custom metadata type API name dot get all. Yeah. So as the definition says, this is going to return a map, isn't it? So now I have a map. How do I access the data from this collection? Very simple. Let us use the for loop. Okay. So use for loop to go through each record in custom metadata type. Yeah. So I'll use for loop and let me use a string. Okay, I'm gonna say country. And now, so as you can just see in the custom metadata type, right? I have label as country name. Let me go to the records. Yeah, I have my label. This is the key. So my label as country names India, USA. I can have multiple records in it, right? So now I just wanted to loop through all the records, and I'm going to pass the country name so that it will give me the values as in the exactly the team members list. Okay, so let us see how we can do that. Let's go back to the code. Okay, and I'll use this custom metadata type API name dot keyset. So this will help me to bring all the records, and then all I have to do is I just have to let me just use system.debug to print the output. Okay, so I'm gonna use country as a key. So what I'll do is I'll use this payment team dot get. So I have the key in my map. I know it's a country. So now I'll just say that okay, get me the record for which the label or the key is key is India or USA. And once you have the record to access a particular field, if I go back here, as I said earlier, there are two custom fields, right? Country and team email list. So let me just bring the data from team email list. So that's all it is. So what I'm going to do is I'll just add a quick text. I'll just say payment team details. All right, that's all it is. So this is an important one. Okay, so you will use keyset function to just get all the records. Okay, and then you will just simply loop through that, loop through each record, and then use get get function, and then pass just the key, the country. And then once you have that record, then you can just get into the field level access. You can just get into field and then get the data out. So let's first execute this and then see how this works. Okay, looks like I messed up something. Okay, I forgot to add semicolon. um oh, my bad. I have to use payment team. Yes, so let's use execute. Perfect. So let's see only the debug statements. I'll just check this debug box. Now we can just see this, right? There are two records, India and USA. For both the records, the respective team members list has just got printed, isn't it? So this is how easy for us to. This is how you can use get all, which eventually return a collection, a map collection of all the records, right? So once that is done, you will just use a simple for loop and then go through each and every record, use this key, use this key to find the record and then get into the fields and gain access to the data. Yeah, so this is how you can do it if you do not know the key upfront. Yeah, uh, when I say key, I meant this, the label. Yeah, this is the key. So if you do not know the key upfront, then go with this get all and then loop through all the records. Okay, rather if you know the key, okay, then we can use get instance. So there are three versions of it. Okay, you can just pass a record ID, developer name, or qualified API name. I'm going to follow this, the last one. I'm going to use the last one, qualified API name. Let's see what happens or how we can able to access this. A simple one-liner code will help us to get this done. So this is my collection, this is my custom metadata type, isn't it? The custom metadata type, I'll just create an I'll create uh, object, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, so this is my custom metadata type dot, I'll use get instance of. If I know the API name, the qualified API name, in this case it is India or USA, right? Then what I can just simply do is I can just simply say pass that value. Okay, let's see if this is going to get us data or not. I just wanted to print this, so let's use the system.debug and then um, payment collection team for USA is. I will simply use the team details. Okay, dot the field name. That's it. So this is going to bring me the entire record, and I can just use the dot operator to access each and every field. Okay, that's it. Let's try to run this again and then see the output together. All right, I see a lot of debugging statements. Let's, yeah, a lot of information. I just filtered only the debugging statements. Now you can just see this, right? The payment collection team for USA is John Doe and John Smith. That's it. So again, when do I use this get instance? If I know the record ID, if I know the API name, the developer name, etc., then you can use this. You can use this get instance. You can just directly access a particular record. Instead, if you do not have visibility on the API name or record ID, then you can just simply use get all and then loop through the records and gain access to the field and its value. So this is how you can able to access custom metadata type records without using SOQL. I hope it helps. Thank you.